welcome. Now I am very excited because I'm finally moving rooms. I'm also going to be back on the floor soon, and yeah, this video is where I'm going to share the process as I go about doing those things. I'm finally able to move into the room because it has been quite a few months of me waiting to do so. First, I had a friend living with me just during COVID time. She was struggling to find somewhere else to live, so she stayed with me, and then I was wanting to paint the room after she moved out. However, I did my back in, so I had to wait for that to get a little bit better, and then also for her schedule and my schedule to match up so we could do it together, because I wasn't able to tackle the whole paint job by myself. But it's finally painted, it's ready to go, I'm ready to go, so let me show you what the room looks like. Yeah, we got all the stuff and we did all the painting. I was going to film it, but I don't know, like I just wanted to get it done, and so I only probably filmed a little bit. And here's the room. Sorry, it's like crazy echoey. But that's what happens to rooms when you don't have any furniture or carpeting in them. So I'm going to first peel off all this tape, so the tape that I've used to border the windows and like all the edges so that paint didn't get on them. I've already peeled off some of the tape because I find it super satisfying. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to like vacuum and mop the floor, and then we're going to get into moving. It is the next day. I had to go to work yesterday, so I didn't really get a lot done. However, today is my day off. I'm very excited about it, and I think I'll be able to get everything done, all the moving finished today, because I have no other commitments. I just have to do this and then go to lunch with my dad. So the thing I am currently trying to figure out is, where do I want to put the bed? So I've just been moving like this mat around as like the representative of what the bed will be. So I've previously had my bed in this corner, but I was thinking of like changing it up, having it here, or maybe having it this way. So I'm gonna like move it around a little bit and figure out what feels good, and just kind of lie in the different places to see how I feel. I think I'm gonna go with it like this, just because like it was the most comfortable, and like when I was sitting up in the bed, I could also see out both the windows, which I'd probably sit up if I was reading or like, I don't know, doing some other things. Finished moving all of my stuff, and I've sort of found a home for everything, so it all has its own little place where it belongs. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that that is finished. It didn't really take me too long at all. The cupboard is pretty full, but I kind of prefer to just have everything in there, and then I have more open space here. So the last thing I actually need to do is to create the layers and build up my sleeping on the floor bed. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll sort of walk you through my process. Now, when it comes to me sleeping on the floor, I'm definitely not someone who's comfortable with just like a yoga mat and a blanket. I do feel like cushioning is essential for me to get a healthy rest, and I believe cushioning is essential for most people to get a healthy rest. There is a reason why, like, even cultures that do sleep on the floor have some form of cushioning or padding. In Japan, they use like futons and tatami mats. But even if we look at like the West and how our culture of sleeping in beds developed, it was from like sort of like foliage on the ground, and then like creating hay mattresses, and then so on and so forth. So there's a reason we have done that, and for me, I really feel like if I'm directly on a hard surface, completely like no give at all, my soft tissue doesn't get the circulation it needs. So when creating my floor bed, it's definitely something I'm taking into consideration, and I'm working with like what feels comfortable for me, and my level of cushioning might not be comfortable for you, and I think it is very much individual when it comes to sleeping on the floor. I can't sit here and say, well, this is exactly how you do it, because it's a comfort thing, and like the comfort level is going to be different for different people. And if you're new to sleeping on the floor, like I would suggest you create a thicker comfort base and then you can pull away layers. So it's definitely like a layering system. So what I'm using is I've got two like just cotton weaved carpets that I actually got from just like Kmart, and I was using them on as carpets downstairs in my room downstairs. I've also got a blanket that I'll be adding in, and then I've got this sort of like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a duvet sort of quilted duvet thing that I'm going to be folding up over itself a few times, and then that's also going to be part of my layering. This is the floor bed in all its glory, so it's nice and finished. I have these two cushions, or like pillows. I kind of use them more to like prop myself up as support rather than actually what I rest my head on when I'm asleep. I prefer to use this blanket sort of folded up around my head and around my neck area support. I know it sounds weird, but it just is the most comfortable for me. And these are used, yeah, to like prop myself up, but also I've been using the pillows to go between my knees, or like one of the pillows for my knees, just because my back has been killing me, which is one of the big motivations for me to like go back down onto the floor, because I really want to see if, yeah, doing this, which I did before that really helped my back pain, if it can do it again, because I have been sleeping in like the conventional beds. So yeah, I'm really excited to try it out over the next few days, and I'm hoping this will really help. Last night was my first night sleeping on the floor in such a long time that it honestly felt like when I first ever tried floor sleeping. So it's gonna take the next week for me to adjust and really get comfortable and used to it, and then getting like those full deep night sleeps. But in general, I was really happy with it. I did add an extra layer of cushioning just because I felt like I need it, and I will keep experimenting with that cushioning levels just to find what the ultimate layers cushion amount is for me. The other thing that I am really hyper conscious of and aware of is the airflow. So I've made the mistake in the past when I had a futon directly on the floor of not airing it out enough, and I therefore caused the futon to go moldy and get ruined. So I'm not making that mistake this time. It's partly why I have chosen to use different blankets and rugs, because I know that I can individually wash all those things and hang them out like in the sun, on the laundry line, things like that. I also chose to just use those things because it's what I already had in the house instead of me buying something. And I will be pulling it back each day, one, so that I can use the space in a bit more of a multifunctional way, but also so I can air out the floor underneath and also give the blankets a chance to air. So I have to see how many days I'm going to put them out like over the veranda and like air everything out. But yeah, it's just something I have to be really aware of because I do live in a tropical climate, so it really depends on where you live and what the environment is like. But airflow, cushioning, these are like some of the most important things to consider when it comes to, yeah, sleeping on the floor and how you want to do it in a hygienic and healthy way. So anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.